Hi, my name is Oliver from Coconetics, and today it's like Christmas because even though I've been waiting for, well, it must have been like 4 to 5 weeks, today finally DHL, or was it UPS, arrived with my new MacBook. So I'm going to unbox this today, and also yesterday I received my brand new Retina iMac 27-inch. So I'm going to unbox both, get them running and share the experience with you. So let's start with the small thing first. Yeah. And by the way, welcome to my office. So I don't even need scissors because there's a nice way to remove the outer carton. MacBook inside. Look at that. It kind of comes out towards you. So that's a nice packaging concept here. So no scissors necessary for that, but maybe there is a foil now, we will need it. So MacBook 12-inch with lots of serial numbers. The golden one, of course. Yeah, because I always wanted to have, since I got a golden iPhone, I also wanted to have a golden Mac. Yeah. And one question that I'm asked quite often is, do I plan to code on this? And to this I have to say, well, for normal coding work, I prefer to work on a 27-inch computer. Yeah. Right now I've got my MacBook Air 13-inch with a 27-inch Thunderbolt display for these purposes, and this is what I'm going to be replacing with the Retina iMac for normal work. And when I'm on the road, yeah, on a plane or something, then that's where I want to use my MacBook. So most of the coding would be on the desktop machine, but when I'm on the way, I also then have a Retina device, Retina screen. And somebody earlier today tweeted to me, once you have a Retina monitor, you cannot look at any normal ones. So I'm lucky, extremely lucky, to from now on I only have Retina screens. Yeah, before I didn't have any on my Macs. I had them on the iOS devices, of course, but now Retina iMac, in the end Retina MacBook. So it's a great day for Retina. So let's continue. See, no, does it? Yeah, see, slides out. Shiny, shiny. The tab. And that's not even the actual shininess, because there's a foil on it, but we'll look at that in a minute. So what else do we have? Yeah, this is the new charging cable. At first glance it looks like a lightning cable, but it's actually a USB-C cable, and it looks the same on both ends. So, and it turns out it's also quite long. Yeah, so if you ever had the problem of having too short a power cable, yeah, that's modern. It's actually longer than I am tall. Yeah. So if I am 167 centimeters, and so that must be like 170 or 180 or even maybe 2 meters. Yeah, okay. 2 meter long power cable. The first that I get such a long power cable with an Apple device. And let's see what else there is. Some brochures, MacBook information. Even the stickers are gold. Isn't that funny? The power adapter, also with some plastic around it so that it stays scratchless within the box. 29 watts USB Type-C power adapter. So I'm guessing this is, well, clicks. And the funny thing about USB-C is you can plug it in either way. So now you have 4 ways how you can plug it in. Yeah? This, and this. Isn't that cool? Yeah. It took us 20 years to come up with reversible power cables. Yeah, and there's nothing else in the box. So the rest of the box, which is actually a little bit of a cheating thing, because if you imagine this is like all there is in the Mac, yeah, and okay, yeah, this has some thickness, yeah. So this needs to somehow go in the box, but the rest of the box is basically empty. Yeah? So makes one wonder if you couldn't maybe make these things flatter next. Yeah. So that much for the box. Now let's see. There's a designed by Apple in California. Nice. Somehow it a bit reminds me, if you compare it to the MacBook Air. It has a similar way of how it is built. Yeah, you see, you have a thin lid that goes slightly up away from the corner, and the same with the effect that you have a thin wedge here, but if you look below, it goes slightly here. It's a little less, yeah, but still from the side it looks to be thinner than there's something below as well. So these, and you can see the other effect, that the new MacBook is thinner than the 13-inch MacBook Air. Yeah? Another thing that I noticed right away is while the MacBook Air still had a glowing Apple logo, yeah, here, the normal MacBook now has a mirror here. So for the vain people, yeah, it's a little bit small to be used as an actual mirror, but this is a way how they could get rid of the, well, maybe they could make it thinner because of that. Huh? So very nice, very small. So let's see how it looks inside. There's another fleece. Turn it on. I got the maxed out version of this, which has the, does it have the specs somewhere? With the 1.3 gigahertz CPU, 8 gigabytes RAM, and 512 gigabyte
to
SSD.
use English for the main language, press the return key.
It talks. So we are going to use English as the main language. One thing that's special about this, as I said, is the keyboard, which is uses a new technique, and the keys are they have very small distance to travel, and also they don't seem to tilt as much. If I compare this to the keyboard in the Air, which is, the keys are much higher, and if you press on the side, you can see how the keys move, tilt sideways, versus here, if you press them, you can almost not tilt the keys. Yeah. So that's something that I need to find out, whether if I can actually write code with this in a good speed. And the other thing that's very interesting is And I don't even mention the Retina screen, which is gorgeous and very sharp. Yeah, love it. But it's the trackpad that actually doesn't move. On the MacBook Air trackpad, you see there's an actual the whole surface moves because the trackpad is a switch. Yeah, and you cannot tap on the top ones, but you can tap on the left bottom ones. And usually the standard ways how I use it is just click left, right. More often than that, I actually just tap and double tap. I've enabled these. Some people have problems with being accurate, but I never had such a problem. But I also found that I often move the mouse pointer with the right hand and click with the left. Yeah. So if it's just about left clicks. And of course a right click you can also do by clicking with 2 fingers. Yeah. Now on the new MacBook Air, nothing moves. Yeah. So, but if you tap on the side, you can swear that there's some movement. You can hear that there's some noise. It feels like there is a switch, and I think it even slightly bends. Yeah, so but I think that's the entire. It's the glass somehow a little bit has a way, but generally it feels like you're clicking something even though this click is fake. Yeah, so this is the fascinating thing about this. So that's it for the MacBook Air. Yeah, my new traveling companion. And the second thing I got, I'm particularly excited because for the longest time I've been oogling people who had Retina Macs, yeah, Retina MacBooks, 5K Retina. I couldn't really fit this into my budget. Now, due to some fortunate, coincidences in the recent past, and the last of these coincidences being that today both my MacBook Retina as well as my iMac Retina were delivered. I now here have, proudly presenting, a 5K iMac which I'm going to unbox here. And the first thing, they always ship me some paper like that. Here it says description electronic parts. So I wonder what electronic parts you would get in a envelope like that. And I guess it is an envelope that's in the envelope. Okay, so let's see what we have in the envelope that was in the envelope. It's app for MacBook. Well, of course we do know app for MacBook is the Apple protection plan for MacBook. So this doesn't actually belong with the iMac, for which I actually also got Apple Care. But this is the Apple Care for my mobile device because yeah, I'm getting these for all my Apple devices, because it turns out after 2 or 3 years when technicians just need to open the device, yeah, it's my Apple Care protection plan, need to open the device to fix something that costs 150 euros per hour. So it's definitely worth getting Apple Care for all the hardware that I use as part of my company. So this is the protection plan thing. Let's get right to the next part here, which is this big transport box. So it's doubly protected. Yeah, you've got in the transport box sheets of foam, and the iMac itself can pull out of this. So shove this to the side. Now here the iMac box, which has a neat asymmetrical shape. Yeah. The angle on one side is different than the other, I think. Yeah. And there's again the situation that you don't need actually scissors to open this, because here's a strip to pull on, and so the experience begins. yeah, of unboxing. You open this and you see, okay, there's something in here. Ah yeah, this must be a keyboard. I'm going to use in a second. And how does this work? Ah yeah, top styrofoam half. In here we see, have a look. Here's the power cable, yeah, which is underneath a film. So you get this out. This is typical with this round cover for the back of the iMac. And see how we grab this on the sides. So here we have the Retina iMac. Let's see how we get it out of this foil. And lots of foil. It's the second foil, which is at the corner. It wraps around the edge. Protected. At the bottom, and the back as well. This is and yet one more. At the foot of the thing. So next order of business, plug in the power. In this case it goes nicely flat. I've had other Macs where I don't think it fit as well. So you can see it here in size comparison. This is a 27-inch Thunderbolt monitor where there's like 2 or 3 centimeters of a rim on the sides, yeah. And the design of the iMac is quite a departure here, because from most sides it looks like it is just so thin, but if you go to the side, yeah, you see that there's a bulge, yeah. So it gets thicker towards the middle of the device. That's a very nice design here. Yeah. So very nice speakers as well. So let's see if we can get activate. So it's also a good opportunity to get a new keyboard and mouse every once in a while. It's a nice thing to have new things underneath your fingers. And I've got a new mouse as well. Let's see if they already put in the batteries, because that's also the question. Yeah, batteries are included. So turn it on. Light. What do we have here? There's some instructions. Hello. Kurzübersicht. Produktinformation. Warranty. White stickers. Ah, and a cleaning cloth. Yeah, that's nice. Might have a use for that. So now I'm at the stage where both my new MacBook and my new iMac, I need to transfer my information from my previous Macs. So be right back. So it's now 2 days later. It took me a while to get all my user accounts transferred. There were some issues with the MacBook Gold. I got a stop sign after the first reboot, so I reinstalled the operating system, and then I had some issues because you cannot restore 2 Time Machine backups at the same time, so I couldn't restore my iMac at the same time as my MacBook. So that caused some delay because it takes like half a day to recreate the user account from the old machine, from my time capsule onto the new one. But now I've got basically everything set up and configured and updated. And I must say it's really delightful having such crisp text, and I've already worked a bit on my MacBook Gold, and while the keyboard needs some getting used to because of the very short way, you don't notice at all that the trackpad is different after a while, and it's also the crispness of the text makes it a pure joy to work with. So my verdict so far, I think I really much like this laptop because it's very light, very compact, yet you have crisp text in front of you. And when do you really need much performance? Yeah, for compiling an app maybe, but for the most part you are going to look at source code anyway, and for that it is perfect. And for the big guy, I played a little bit Portal 2 with it. There's some graphics issues, so I can't drive it on the native resolution, but at the normal at 2x resolution, it goes perfectly and super smooth on highest details. So I could even play some games with that. And apart from that, just looking at the text and having it so extremely crisp, again, a joy to work with as a developer. So there you have it, Retina MacBook Gold, iMac 5K, and now I'm totally retinized.